Alrighty then, folks. Let's kick things off here with some more ESO. As he says he tries to get this thing set up here, and as you can see, we've got the Gold Road chapter on PTS here. For those of you who would like to say that here. Quiet you. Meanwhile, let's see how badly we're waiting. Oh God! My God in heaven, they still brought back the micro stutter. There we go. We do... When we last, were in there for our home game players, we had finished up the prologue to this Blackwood-related quest in Leoween. We got a list of counselors and all that shit.
Did you come here for crafting certification?
My God in heaven. Depth of field. Turn that off and apply. Mm-hmm.
Motor overloaded.
Fuck you. It's a driver issue.
Mm-hmm.
My God in heaven.
Came for crafting certification. I can assist you.
Mm-hmm.
Want to prove yourself?
Mm-hmm. Oh, come on. I'm on a speed encoding preset here. Bounced one here. I'm encoding for speed. How is the encoder fucking overloaded? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They're like, wah, 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 wah. Hmm. Uh-huh. All right. Hmm. Set the recording stuff to 0. Apply. That supposedly will help.
You there! The Ivory Brigade has need of you. You look like you've got your wits about you. Care to make a bit of extra gold working for Leowin's Ivory Brigade?
Mm-hmm.
I've been asked by my captain to find someone who can handle themselves. We need help with a delicate situation.
Delicate situation, you say?
Deadly secrets, assassins, murder. Now apparently a counselor has gone missing. Between the war, bandits, and cultists, the Ivory Brigade is like the Nord that tries to plug a leaking cask of mead, only to realize he doesn't have enough fingers.
What you need me to do here, Brigandine Antonius?
Talk to my commander, Captain Rian Liu.
Mm-hmm.
You can find him just outside the city gates, trying to appease some of the nobles. Tell him I sent you, and he'll put you right to work, I'm sure.
Well, since I figured out what was causing this, hopefully, and all that, I should be able to do that. Just bear with me a moment. Let's speak with Captain Rian. All I gotta say is, thank goodness I put this at a 30 FPS capture.
If you have opinions about
So many new... Oh no, not me personally. Curiosity with a dash. Dedam Joss represents business interests in Leowin that are willing to... Terrible monsters lurk in the wilds. If you prefer to work alone, see Dedam Joss. Remember, that's right, the Legates don't want to leave these problems to fester, and someone has to organize things. You know, the Reachman Emperors. They ruled the Empire for decades. They're the ruling body of Leowin.
Ah, yes, we are here.
my word. If the Counselor is in Leowin or the surrounding countryside, the Ivory Brigade will find her. Citizen, can't you see I have my hands full at the moment? I'm sure a guard or one of my brigadines can assist you.
Well, that's actually the thing. I was heard that you look for help. I was sent over to you by Brigadier Antonius.
Why didn't you say so? Leowin's problems are legion, and now the Wood Elf Archer's predictions seem to be coming true. Damn these old Imperial secrets. Counselor Jirik has disappeared, and the Ivory Brigade is already spread too thin for my liking.
Tell me more about the Wood Elf Archer and the Imperial secrets.
The Wood Elf, Everly Sharparrow. She brought news that the Dark Brotherhood was targeting members of the Elder Council, all because of some secret of the Longhouse Emperors. We took her warning seriously, but Jirik refused Brigadine protection.
You think the Dark Brotherhood got to Counselor Jirik?
With that guild of assassins, I'm not sure what to think. But Jirik is missing, and I don't have enough brigadines at the ready to conduct a proper search. You look capable. So, care to earn some gold and help us determine the Counselor's fate?
Sure. Like I said, I got my encoder problem solved for the moment. It's just a matter of figuring out a few things. But yeah, might as well. Like I said, with those puppy dog guys, why not?
Here, let me update your map. These are places Jirik visits during her daily routine. If something befell her, it happened somewhere along this path. Meanwhile, I have Everly Sharparrow checking locations in the city. She was very eager to help.
I know Evely. She good.
Interesting. She arrived a short time ago with a tale straight out of a mystery novel. She said that Emperor Leovik's former steward had been murdered by the Dark Brotherhood, killed over some secret pertaining to the Longhouse Emperors.
I know, I was with Evely when we found the steward's body.
Ah, then you must be the associate she was waiting for. She'll be glad to hear that you've arrived. Evely presented her evidence to Counselor Leviticus, that the members of the Elder Council were in danger. He decided the threat was credible.
Where's Evely now?
Counselor Leviticus has kept her close, while the two of them try to make sense of this so-called secret. I have yet to be made privy to the details. With Jirik's disappearance, I'll send Everly to check places the Counselor frequents in the city.
Good. What else can you tell me about Counselor Jirik?
Counselor Jirik was a member of the Imperial Elder Council, back when we still had an empire. Now her title is mostly ceremonial, but she continues to assist the legates by serving as an intermediary with the local nobility.
The legates.
Since the collapse of the Empire and the dissolution of the Elder Council, Leowin has become an independent city-state. Countess Caro sits on the throne, but the Chamber of Legates governs the city.
You have a countess, but the legates are in charge.
I suppose the Countess is technically the highest authority in Leowin, but she leaves the administration of the city to the Chamber of Legates. Leviticus, another former council elder, leads this august body, along with Tebeziko and Amhalu.
Tell me about the locations you marked on my map.
Counselor Jirik is a creature of habit. Her daily routine is to stroll along the river and stop to read near a cave across the way. While Everly Sharp Arrow examines spots the Counselor frequents in the city, you should check these locations.
Tell me more about the
On
sitch.
paper, Countess Caro rules Leowin, but in practice, the Chamber of Legates governs the city. Legates Tebezaco and Amhalu, and Counselor Leviticus. They handle day-to-day tasks. Me? I'm commander of the Ivory Brigade, Leowin's militia.
You mentioned your soldiers were stretched too thin.
Indeed. Since the fall of the Empire, the Ivory Brigade had to redouble its efforts to replace the Imperial legions. We maintain active defenses in the north to keep the ongoing war at bay. But we have our hands full with refugees, bandits, and such.
And for those of us playing the home game, the ongoing war.
Banner's War. Let the alliances fight over the Ruby Throne as long as they leave us in peace. I just wish I had more soldiers to spare for this new threat that Everly Sharp Arrow brought to our attention.
Captain, are you really trusting the fate of Councillor Jirrick to this outsider?
Oh, why didn't Counselor Jirrick heed your warnings?
If the Ivory Brigade requires mercenaries to do their job, perhaps Leowin needs different protectors.
Bitch! Alrighty then. Water skin. We'll pick that up first. Letter for Varl Lupus. Fun. Counselor Jirrick, I hope this letter finds you in good health and better spirits, my old friend. Though years have passed since I was Emperor Leothic's steward and you were one of his elder counselors. I fear that the secrets of the Longhouse Emperors continue to haunt us. You and other members of the Elder Council are in grave danger. Actions that you and your colleagues performed over the years for the Longhouse Emperors have inadvertently made you targets for an as yet unknown entity or entities. Of course, we both know that you were only following orders, performing your duties. Unfortunately, those who hunt you care little for those reasons. They only want to eliminate everyone who may know even the tiniest fraction of Emperor Leovic's final secret. I wish I could provide you with more information, but for now, this is all I know. If I learn anything further, I will be in touch. For now, please be cautious. And sleep with one eye open, Farl Lupus. Alright. Time to head a little further south. After we pop up to this island, and after we get this chest open. Yes! It was a good day so far. Mm-hmm. Dewfish. Du hast. Du hast mich gefragt. So long, Finn. Pick up some fish. One fish, two fish, hast fish, du fish. I need a few things here. Oh, wet gunny sack. Hello. The tar room. Of course. We should probably be getting to Chancellor Jirik soon, but... I had a feeling I'd be getting another gunny sack. To know what our endeavors today, we got 2 quests to do, which we can easily finish up. Don't have the Blade of Woe because we haven't started Dark Brotherhood at all. Launder 5 items of defenses, that should be relatively easy to do. Defeat a patrolling whore, craft 5 items any skill. That I can probably do quickly. Launder some items. Ooh, shiny. Found it. Ish. Time to peek in. Letter to Counselor Leviticus. Chief Counselor Leviticus, while our time serving together on the Imperial Edo Council is long past, I consider you to be both a colleague and a friend. I know I ignored the warning the Wood Elf brought you, refused to believe that old secrets still held any power, any danger. I was wrong. I received a letter from Farrell Lupus today, which if the reports of his death are accurate, he must have sent before he was murdered. And I fear that I am being followed. I thought I caught the glimpse of a dark figure watching me from the rocks during my island walk this morning. I was so rattled by the sight that I dropped Farrell's letter. Didn't realize I had lost it until I had almost reached the cave. This must be related to a project Emperor Morikar gave me some 20 years back. He needed caretakers for some sort of strange storage vaults, and I procured them. Set up the contracts, paid the cost, but that was so long ago. Even as I write this, I can feel the noose drawing tight. If you receive this, tell the others. Convince them to heed the warning and accept your assistance. The secret of the Longhouse Emperors, I think this time it really will be the death of me, Counselor Jirik. Fuck.
Counselor
You're not the counselor.
Hmm?
Apologies. I heard you stumbling about and thought it might be Counselor Jirik.
And who might you be?
Oh, no one important, I assure you. I'm simply one of the counselor's aides. I help her with paperwork mostly. Run errands, that sort of thing.
Well, Captain Rian of the Ivory Brigade sent me to locate the counselor. Apparently, he believes she might be in danger.
She initially refused the captain's offer, but she received a letter that made her uneasy. Last I saw, she was headed back to the city by way of the Eastern Gate. But she never returned to her manor, so I came to look for her. Please, find her.
Ah, fun.
Over here. Anyone, help me!
Oh dear.
I refused to believe, but Farrell, Leviticus, they were right.
What happened to you, counselor?
I was attacked. An assassin. You must warn the others. The counselors. Leovik's secret. It will be the death of us all.
Counselor Jirik? Crap.
Counselor Jirik! Damn, we're too late!
Ev!
Damn it. Looks like we were both too late.
Yep.
It's just like I expected when we found that list with all the counselors' names on it. I hate being right when somebody dies.
Yep.
Glad to see you made it here, by the way. Did you happen to see who killed her?
Sadly, no, but there is a note beside her body.
The mark of the Dark Brotherhood, just like Farrell Lupus. Remember I said I was going to find Leviticus?
Mm-hmm.
I did. And turns out, he's the head of the city's Chamber of Legates.
Good to know.
The person hadn't died because of this damn secret.
Go ahead and remind us of the secret for our home game players in the audience.
The secret of the Longhouse Emperors. It has something to do with the four Mayrune's Dagon. I think they're Daedric weapons, but that's all we know so far.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I was working for Farrell Lupus. He sent me to find that strange tome.
Mm-hmm. And we found the letter to Counselor Jirik for Farrell Lupus, warned her that she was in danger.
Right. And we found that list with all the counselors' names on it. Farrell's too. The one that suggested they all knew something about the ambitions. Since Farrell was murdered, I figured the others were in danger too. Looks like I was right.
You know where the rest of the counselors are.
Let me have your map. This is where Counselors Valeria and Sophus were last time I checked. Go warn them. Convince them the threat is real. Then meet me at Counselor Jirik's manor in the city. Maybe we can find something more about this secret.
Alright, I'll warn the counselors and then meet you there.
I'll get the city guards to come and gather the counselor's body. She shouldn't just be left out here. Then I'll head to Counselor Jirik's manor. When you're done checking on Counselor Valeria and Counselor Sophus, meet me there.
What have you been up to since Orsinium, Ev?
Oh, I'm still trying to make a name for myself. I'll get the city guards to come and gather the counselor's body. So Farrell Lupus hired me to retrieve a book from a retreat. Not
Never learned?
Farrell's partner said he planned to use it to make things right. But like I said, it all started when I found that... Right, I guess someone hired them to eliminate everyone who knows about the secret. Oh, I'm still trying to make a name for myself.
On a serious note, Dark Brotherhood handprint. Everybody knows that is the calling card of the Dark Brotherhood. Let's go ahead and try and get to Valeria or Sophus. Complete one. And let's see. Mm-hmm.
Shornhelm is safe, thanks to you. Make sure those monsters never come back.
Mm-hmm. There we go. You made me get off my horse. You had to turn into a handbag. Or a wallet.
Stay alert. I have it on good authority that I'm in danger.
Of course, Counselor.
Step back and state your business. I have every reason to believe that my life is in danger. If you so much as make a threatening gesture, the Brigandine will dismember you. He has very strict orders on that regard.
I'm working for Captain Rian Leora. I was sent to tell you the threat is real.
I was beginning to suspect as much. Very well. Tell me everything that you have learned. Leave nothing out. I want to hear it all.
They've already gotten Nefara Lupus and Counselor Jirik. The suspects are presently the Dark Brotherhood.
Lupus. Emperor Leovik's old steward? And Jirik as well? Gods, they are targeting the Elder Council. Anything else? Tell me. The slightest detail could mean the difference between life and death.
We think it has something to do with one of the last secrets of Emperor Leovic. Possibly something about the Four Ambitions.
The ambitions? I heard that term once before, years ago. I must go to Tidewater Cave. I have a cache hidden there, and I need to check my records. Meanwhile, I suggest you find Jirik's files. She kept them in a hidden compartment in her nightstand.
How well did you know Counselor Jirik?
Extremely well. We were rivals as well as colleagues on the Elder Council. It was that way between all of the counselors, I suppose. Her death is a tragedy, however. I will miss her.
Your records also include information on the Ambitions.
Possibly. I oversaw the Imperial Treasury, so my records deal with expenditures and collections. I have documents going as far back as Emperor Morikar, possibly even Durkarach, and I know I saw that term someplace. I will see what I can find.
Alright. Pirates of Topal Bay. Eulogy for Emperor Varen.
Experience the thaumaturgical prowess of a master. Peddlers will tell you about the strength of their craft, but words are nothing to an intelligent person such as yourself, which is why I show you proof of my abilities. For a fee, I could lend my...
Show me something.
I would be delighted to comply. What captivates your soul?
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there. You seem to be on crack. You just annoyed me.
I am not a patient mountain. Step aside.
Back to Leowyn. Oh right, we gotta go to Counselor Sophos. Technically, it doesn't really matter the order, because the outcomes are pretty fixed.
We weren't expecting visitors. Are you here to see the counselor? Are you here to speak with Counselor Sophos? I'm afraid my husband has taken our dog for a walk. Is there something I could help you with, perhaps?
Well, I do need to find the counselor. He may be in danger.
Danger? What are you talking about? Does this have something to do with that letter? And who are you, by the way?
Well, Captain Rian sent me to check on Counselor Sophos.
Captain Rian? I see. Well, if the Ivory Brigade sent you, my husband likes to walk our dog Chero along the tree line. Go on and find him. I'll wait here in case he returns.
You mentioned a letter?
My husband, Valen, received a letter from an old friend this morning. Pharalupus, Emperor Leovic's steward. I could see that whatever was in that letter upset him, but he didn't want to discuss it, and I didn't push him. Now...
Yeah, and another little handprint calling card.
What's taking you so long? They should...
Valen! No! Oh, Valen! Oh, my love! What happened? I thought Captain Rian sent you to protect my husband!
Unfortunately, it was too late. He was already dead when I found him.
You know, Valen acted strange after the letter from Pharalupus arrived. He didn't tell me what it said, and I never asked. Before he left today, he gave me a sealed scroll, said to give it to Counselor Leviticus if anything ever happened to him.
A scroll, you say?
A scroll. sealed and bearing my husband's stamp. Take it. Give it to Counselor Leviticus.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Let's go, folks. Let's go. And oh dear, we lost that one. Mm-hmm. Sealed scroll contains 2 sheets of parchment. First bears the seal of Counselor's office and reads, "To we are at 576. Mages employed for the construction of the new vaults to make sure they are eliminated after the work is completed. There can be no loose ends left dangling. Aconia Para, Gracious Wienerman, Afra Brocus, Narina Senerel, Julius Quintus, Coventina Procillus." The second sheet bears a Berlevic seal and reads, "Counselor's office. One last vault needs to be established. Have your remaining mages cast the necessary spells to transfer the vault location to the location I have selected. You'll find the information you need in the coded line below. Do not fail me." The next lines are written in Imperial Code. As you well know, folks, I am incredibly lazy. Which is why I am going to port this very short distance to the Way Shrine. Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Oh, hey! Over here! I'm glad you're here. I've been searching all over, but I could use your help. This place is huge. Why do rich people need so many rooms? Oh, but tell me, did you warn the counselors like I asked?
Mm-hmm. Valeria has protection and is going to search her records, but I was too late to save Counselor Sophus.
Sophus is dead?
Yep.
Damn!
Mm-hmm.
Brotherhood? What am I saying? Of course it was.
Same handprint note.
I've torn this place apart, but so far I haven't found anything related to Imperial secrets or the ambitions. Maybe you can spot something I missed.
Well, Counselor Valeria told me Jarrett kept records hidden in a hidden compartment in her nightstand.
I knew you'd be a help, but I didn't expect you to just have the answer the moment you walked in. Good job! Counselor Jarrett's bedroom is upstairs. Let's see if we can find that hidden compartment.
Rightio. I know what you're thinking. Why are you still doing this? Loot, 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 loot. Excuse me a moment, folks. Sorry about that, I had a sneeze.
How terribly frustrating.
I heard you were with Counselor Jarrett when she expired.
It was just as I feared.
Poor Counselor Jarrett. What happened? Poor Counselor Jarrett.
Here we go. And now, now we can search the nightstand and read the counselor's records. Counselor Jarrett, it's time to rally the caretakers and move the ambitions. The new vault location should ensure their safety and keep them hidden until I or the High Priest can call for them. The force is loyal to the traitor Varen draw ever closer, and we cannot allow the ambitions to fall into their hands. This is your official order. Act immediately. This line and following line written in complex Imperial Code, Emperor Leovic. Talk to Ev.
hidden compartment? I love it! I mean, I hate that people have died, but... so, what did you find?
Orders from Emperor Leovic told Jarek to move the ambitions, but the last line is encoded.
Let me see that. That's a code, all right. Some of the other documents I found use something similar. You know, I'm really starting to hate all this secrecy surrounding the ambitions.
Same here. Light bulb, let's see if we can draft your brother Barry Baragon here into this.
I'm almost certain of it. And Counselor Leviticus knows my brother. We talked about him a bit when I arrived. If there isn't a qualified scribe nearby, I can send for my brother. Let's go to Leowyn Castle and talk to Leviticus.
I'll meet you there.
I have a feeling that once we solve the secret of the Longhouse Emperors, we'll know how to stop the Dark Brotherhood from murdering any more of the counselors.
Agreed. Let's go. Especially now that we strip mine the place. Take what you can, leave the rest. Sometimes you just gotta wonder why they set it up like that. Especially since you should technically be going here, but... no.
Technically, you work for the captain, so you...
Captain!
I need your report, mercenary. Word reached me that Counselor Jirik was murdered. What about Sophus and Valeria? And did you find definitive proof that the Dark Brotherhood is our culprit?
Well, Counselor Sophus has been murdered as well. Valeria, however, is quite safe. Found notes by each of the bodies here.
It's the Black Hand, symbol of the Dark Brotherhood. I wish Jirik and Sophus had allowed me to assign brigadines to protect them. At least Valeria, however reluctantly, agreed to a military escort. Did you and Everly uncover any other information?
Few documents we think Counselor Leviticus should see.
It appears that Counselor Leviticus's trust in the Wood Elf was not misplaced. Very well.
Let's go ahead and have a chat with the Counselor.
Captain Rian and the Ivory Brigade will deal with the Dark Brotherhood. We are perfectly safe in here.
Your damn empire, Leviticus. It no longer exists, but it still causes us trouble.
And his legate to Mexico.
Leowin and its citizens are in danger, and Leviticus is only telling the Chamber of Legates about this now? This one knew we weren't done with Leovic and the Longhouse Emperors. She just knew it.
Tell me more about the Chamber of Legates.
While Countess Kero sits on Leowin's throne, it is the Chamber of Legates that governs the city. There are 3 legates. This one, Amhalu, and Leviticus. Each one has an equal voice. This one supposes Leviticus's voice is slightly louder.
But you only just learned about the threat.
Leviticus was the chief counselor of the Imperial Elder Council. Since the threat concerned his former colleagues, he decided to keep it to himself.
Imperial Elder Council.
Its veracity. An august body that emperors and maintained the imperial bureaucracy.
Legate Amalu.
To keep a situation like this a secret from his fellow legates. What was Leviticus thinking? And now Councillor Jirik is dead? When the river rises, everyone gets wet, I'm afraid.
You heard about Councillor Jirik, you say?
Most certainly. Moments after the captain brought Councillor Leviticus the news, the councillor summoned Teb and myself. He explained everything. He should have done so sooner, allowed us to help.
Let's take the documents we received from Councillors Jirik and Sophis and show them to Councillor Leviticus.
Councillor Leviticus.
The mercenary that Captain Rian told me about. And I see you're working with Everly Sharparrow. Good. Good. I assume you have something to report. I'm listening.
Well, Councillors Jirik and Sophis are murdered. These notes were left behind their bodies.
Damn it all to oblivion and back. I should have taken Pharaoh Lupus more seriously when I received his letter. This is definitely the mark of the Dark Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else to add to this?
Jirik and Sophis left behind documents, but part of it's written in Imperial Code.
Yes, that's the Longhouse Emperor's Code. Only a handful of Imperial scribes can decipher it. I know one. Baragon. I'll send for him at once. Meanwhile, we must warn the remaining councillors on the list. Eibor, Valeria, Itinia, and Vondacia.
Alrighty then. Well, Councillor Valeria thankfully had the good sense to have fire support with her. She's got a brigandine covering her backside and is collecting her records at Tidewater Cave, sorry.
Very good. I've sent messages to Itinia and Vondacia already, as neither of them are currently within Leowin's jurisdiction. I need you to go to Fort Blueblood. Councillor Eibor has taken refuge there, but I'd prefer to have her here in Leowin.
Alright. I'll go to Fort Blueblood and try my best to resist the urge of seeing Voice to Men and talk to Councillor Eibor.
Everything we do now must be swift if we are to get ahead of this. Go to Fort Blueblood and convince Councillor Eibor to return to the city. She'll be safer here than at the fort.
Why is Councillor Eibor at Fort Blueblood?
Eibor has always had an affinity for the Imperial military.
Of course.
She received her warning from Pharaoh Lupus. She sent word to me, told me she was going to the fort, that the soldiers would protect her. I fear she is badly mistaken.
You don't think the fort's safe enough?
Only a token force of brigadines guards Fort Blueblood. If the Dark Brotherhood is truly our enemy, I fear a lone assassin can bypass the fort's defenses with relative ease.
You must know North that Leovic's secret.
No. Whatever Leovic confided in Pharaoh Lupus and the others, whatever he ordered them to do, he kept it a complete secret from me. I suppose he assumed I wouldn't go along with anything illegal or Daedric, and he was right.
But weren't you chief counselor on the Elder Council?
I was, but the Elder Council was made up of almost 24 counselors. According to the list Everly Sharparrow brought me, only 7 counselors were privy to this secret. Make that 6. I have no idea why Leovic listed me among that group.
Well, there must have been some reason for your name being linked with the others. Can you think on it?
Who knows what was going through Leovic's head when he wrote that entry in his journal. Varen and his rebels were literally pounding at the doors of the palace at the time. And Leovic wasn't totally in his right mind even before the rebellion.
Tell me more about the Longhouse Emperors.
The Longhouse Emperors were Reachmen, who seized control of the Empire and ruled for some 40 years. Dukarach the Black Drake founded the ruling house. Morikar ascended to the throne after his father's death, and his son Leovic followed him.
Alright, and for the home game players, what happened to Leovic?
Leovic made a mistake. When he decided to declare Daedra worship as the law of the land, Duke Varen Aquilario subjected. He led a rebellion and personally dispatched Leovic in the Imperial throne room. Thus ended the Longhouse Emperor's reign.
But it's not the end of the story, obviously.
Unfortunately, no.
Yep.
Varen disappeared a few years later and the Empire collapsed. Now the so-called alliances are fighting over the scraps and Tamriel is in shambles.
Alright.
Doing all we can just to keep Blackwood safe and secure.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get this stuff on the road.
Fort Blue Blood? That's to the east across the river. I'll meet you there.
Alrighty then.
Valenwood still exists because you defeated the Veiled Heritance, Ionic.
I've never seen someone dressed in your manner before. Those color choices are truly inspiring. Please, I require some knowledgeable advice.
Oh, hello. Alright, had to loot that bitch. There we go.
Look, Councillor Leviticus and Captain Rianne sent me. I need to see Councillor Abor now.
And what about my sister? She hasn't been seen since she took the Counselor her meal.
Councillor Abor was very clear about this. She doesn't want to be disturbed. Another mercenary. Is our Ivory Brigade so enfeebled that Captain Rianne must resort to hiring sellswords? Look, as I told the Wood Elf, Councillor Abor was quite insistent. She doesn't want to be disturbed.
Well, Captain Rian and Councillor Leviticus sent us. Do you really want to get in the way of our mission?
All right, enough. I can see when I'm being overruled. Very well. I give you permission to enter the watchtower. Councillor Abor's safety is now in your hands.
Why is that servant in an uproar?
Lurius? Oh, something about his sister. She's another servant here at the fort. Works in the kitchen, I believe. Apparently, she brought the Counselor her meal. He says she never returned, but the servants look for any opportunity to sneak off.
Why did Councillor Abor come to Fort Blue Blood?
The Counselor demanded we protect her. Said her life was in danger, but refused to give me any details. Imperial confidentiality, she insisted, above my station. I put her up in the watchtower and assigned a couple of brigandines to guard her.
All right.
Oh no! Councillor Abor's been murdered! But where's the servant?
Well, Abor's in a box, Abor's in a box! Unlike most of the Elder Counselor, I was in Emperor Leovic's confidence. I knew the truth of the Longhouse Emperor's secret. Most of it anyway, me and the High Priest. At the time, it felt like an honor to be included. Now I am in fear for my life and hiding in this damn watchtower. I decided it would be best to write down everything I know about the four ambitions and how they were created, about the deal with Marion Stagon, everything. I may be the only one who knows the location of the new vaults, where Emperor Leovic had the ambitions moved to as Varian's forces drew closer. I suspected that all of this was over, that it ended with the death of Leovic and the fall of the Longhouse Emperors. According to the letter I received from Farl Lupus, I was wrong. What follows are the locations of the 3 vaults containing the 4 ambitions. The next few pages have been torn out and removed. Fun.
Of course they tore out the pages and took them, just when we were so close to finding out more about the ambitions.
Uneaten meal.
Ebor's meal is still warm. So what happened to the servant that delivered it?
Well, whatever happened, it was a very fresh kill then. Number 3.
Brotherhood's calling card.
Yep. Another handprint note. You would think that they've been wanting to get busy here, but...
We have a door locked from the outside, a dead counselor, and a missing servant. Did the assassin take off with both the torn-out journal pages and the servant? Anyway, they not only murdered Eibor, they probably know how to find the ambitions now.
How does the murderer get in and out of the watchtower without the brigadines noticing? That's the big question.
See that rope hanging from the top of the tower?
Ah.
Bottom acorn, that's how the assassin got in and out.
You're welcome, home game players.
Something about that is knocking on the back of my head. And why would the Dark Brotherhood take those pages?
Maybe they want a Daedric weapon for themselves. Could be nice in the realm of assassination.
Maybe. But everything I heard about the Dark Brotherhood never suggested they would be interested in weapons of war, if that's even what the ambitions are. Damn it, we're losing the dark here. Let's tell Commander Orton about Eibor.
Yes, let's go give him the bad news.
So, will Counselor Eibor be returning with you to Leowin? Am I finally going to be able to get my fort back in order?
Well? There's no easy way to say this here, Commander Orton, but... Eibor's in a box, Eibor's in a box.
Murdered?
Murdered.
Gods, keep your voice down. Do you want to start a panic? Tell me what you found in the watchtower.
Eibor's meal was still worn and untouched, and the assassin left their calling card.
Let me see that. A black handprint. The sign of the Dark Brotherhood. But where is the servant, Talais? Was she involved in this fiasco? And how did she and the assassin get out of the watchtower? My brigadines never left their post.
Rope hanging from the ceiling. That's how it happened.
Well, that explains some of it, but not all. We need to locate Talais.
Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Let's chat up the servants.
Your sister is fine. This one is certain.
Then where could she be? She would never neglect her duties.
Probably found a dark corner and someone to snuggle with. This one does that all the time.
All right, grab a broom and start sweeping.
What? No, that's Talais' job.
And do you see Talais anywhere? No. Then start sweeping. The servants come to the kitchen to mutter and gossip. This one will not have it. Misaba asks that you do not distract them overly long, as they are already naturally lazy. What is it that you need?
Commander Orton asked us to locate Talais, anywhere she might be.
That young woman. She has not returned from the watchtower, so her chores remain undone. And she took the pantry key with her when she went. It is no longer hanging on its hook. That is a clear violation of the kitchen rules. A clear violation.
Where's the pantry?
The pantry is in the cellar, but the door is around the side of the building. Therese mumbled something about how the counselor loves hot root flakes, grabbed the key and the tray of food and went off. This one hasn't seen her since.
Relief.
I suppose now I have to do Therese' chores as well as my own. She owes me one, and I aim to collect.
Any idea where we should look so you can get that collection done?
She took the counselor her meal and hasn't returned. Did you check the watchtower? Abor's a little old, but maybe Therese decided to improve her station, if you catch my meaning. Abor reeks of fear. Maybe Therese finds that attractive.
What do you mean, reeks of fear?
Well, she's been acting like a frightened guar since she arrived. Stays locked up in the watchtower. Only lets a single servant in at a time. And I hear she's been burning papers. Documents of some kind. She's scared out of her wits, if you ask me.
Uh-huh. And now Zahida.
Pardons, but as much as this one loves idle chatter, there is much work to be done.
Well, the commander asked us to locate Therese. Any idea where we should look?
Ah, Therese. She worries her brother so. She asked me where we kept the hot root flakes. Counselor Abor sprinkles them on every dish. I told her they are in the pantry, but you need the key from the kitchen to unlock the door.
Oh, great. Let's talk to Evelyn.
Let's talk. So, what did we learn? Counselor Abor was frightened, but that's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting that she was burning documents.
Yep.
The journal indicated that she knew more than the others.
Mm-hmm.
And Therese visited the pantry before heading to the watchtower.
You think we should take a look in there?
Couldn't hurt. And every mystery novel I ever read taught me you should always follow up on every clue. Even the ones that seem insignificant.
Smart. There is always a reason why you always...
Go around the building.
There's a reason why you always follow the mystery novel people, because they're pretty able to solve it out of them. To the pantry.
Is that... Damn it! They murdered Therese too!
Mm-hmm. Hashtag Therese. R.I.P. And another... Yep.
Why would the Dark Brotherhood murder... Oh no. We need to talk about this.
Yeah. You would think that, she would be a...
Alright, I think I figured it out. The assassin followed Therese down here, murdered her, and took her place so they could gain access to the watchtower. Pretty clever, but they didn't have to kill her.
This doesn't sound like the usual way the Dark Brotherhood operates, from what I could tell.
No, not from what I've read anyway. I thought they only killed those whose names appeared on their contracts. I can't imagine anyone asked them to kill a poor servant.
Yeah, it seems like she's not very on the important side of things. Should we get back to Leywin and inform Councilor Leviticus and Captain Rian?
Yes, but we still need to check on Councillor Valeria. And someone needs to go to Gideon and make sure that Councillor Van Dacia is alright. Can I leave those tasks to you? I want to return to Leywin and consult with Councillor Leviticus.
Alright, I'll check on the other two, but we do need to inform Commander Orton about the murder.
Oh, good point. Before you head out, report to Commander Orton. Tell him what happened to Therese, and how we think the assassin slipped into the watchtower undetected. His brigadiers need to be able to recognize an imposter when they see one.
I'll report to the commander, contact the two remaining ambassadors, and then report. Meet up in Leywin.
After you report to the commander, make contact with Councillors Valeria and Van Dacia. Valeria went to Tidewater Cave to get her records, and Van Dacia works in the Gideon courthouse. Cracked acorns! I suddenly had the weirdest feeling come over me.
You okay, Ev?
Yes. No, I don't know. We were talking about the counselors, Valeria and Van Dacia. Suddenly I had a premonition.
Hmm?
It was brief and disturbing and mildly unpleasant, like the dreams I've been having. But this is the first time while I was awake.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about the dreams.
Remember I told you about that strange book I found? The one with the Daedric writing that I can't read? I've been having bad dreams since I found it, and the dreams are becoming more frequent. This time it happened right while we were talking.
Tell me about the premonition.
Just a flash, but it was accompanied by a feeling. I felt a sense of overwhelming evil, all tied up in the feeling in my mind. I held a portrait in front of my face for just a moment and then pulled it away.
What did it look like?
It was one of the Waking Flame cultists, I think. Someone powerful, in command. A dark silhouette wrapped in a cloak. I'll never forget the feeling it invoked. It was like a wave of hopelessness. We can deal with this later. Let's get back to it.
Right. Let's go ahead and report hashtag delays, Captain Orton.
All right. You talked to the fort's servants and rummaged around in our pantry. What's the verdict? Did you find the missing servant?
Yep, she's in the pantry, dead. The assassin pretended to be her to get into the watchtower.
Oh, that's horrible. Are you sure? No. Of course you're sure. No one would lie about something like that. I'll tell her brother what happened and send someone to tend to her body. Gods, what a day this has been.
Alright. Back over to Tidewater Cave.
The mercenary. A few moments later, and you would have found an empty cave. Your timing really is impeccable. We've already packed up my records, and we're about to head out. But what news of the other counselors? Did your warnings reach them in time?
Counselor Sophus and Abel were murdered like Jarek. You need to get over to Leywing Castle now.
All three of them? That's disheartening news. Well, I'll take my records to Leywin. Perhaps between the two of us, Counselor Leviticus and I can ascertain what past incident has returned to haunt us.
What kind of records did you keep down here?
Oh, just a lifetime of public service and bureaucracy. Mostly financial records, but also meeting notes, ledgers, those sorts of things. I oversaw budgets and finances, the collection of taxes, public works, and I kept immaculate records.
Very good. We could use this to build the Rico case. We found Jerich's files where he said, by the way, Leviticus sent for a scribe to decipher the coded portions.
That's good to hear. Emperor Leovic loved to hide things in coded documents. But what about Counselor Vandacia? Do we know if he's still safe in Gideon?
That's my next stop. I'm on my way to warn the Counselor Vandacia next.
Perfect. Remind him he's too old to play the hero, and I want to see him in Leyawiin Castle immediately, if not sooner. These Brigadines will make sure I get to the city safely. Me and my records, both. Godspeed, mercenary.
Thank you. Before you go, I'm going to go ahead and help you strip down the cave here. Make certain there is nothing left. Because I am a nice guy like that. There we go. Now we can end off. That was you annoying me. You too. And now you're a fucking on a shirt. So. Gain 10 for 10 minutes. I don't know 10 what, but I don't really care. But it's alright, because I got an alien well marked. Welcome to Gideon.
Again?
Yep, again.
I was attacked in the streets of our fair city, Keshu. I demand you deal with the criminal post-haste.
Your guards did their job, Counselor Vandacia. The prisoner is secure.
And what's this? More assassins? Explain yourself immediately. One attempt on my life today is more
No mark on there yet.
One attempt on my life today is more than enough. If you're another one of those Dark Brotherhood bastards, I assure you, you won't find either myself or Governor Keshu to be easy prey.
Not an assassin. I'm actually sent to warn you. Counselor Leviticus is wanting you to go to Leyawiin.
Warn me? As always, Leviticus offers too
Mm-hmm.
and too late. I received the letter, same as the other counselors. My personal guard took the threat seriously, and we captured the assassin in the act. But what of my esteemed colleagues? Are they safe?
No, not at all. Jirik's, Sophus, and Eivor were all put on a fucking shirt.
Dead. All three of them. This is Feral Lupus's letter suggested the Longhouse Emperors left behind a secret that would prove to be a threat. But I thought he was just being melodramatic. Has Leviticus determined what this is about?
Secret concerns 4 ambitions of Mary's Dagon, or Mary D. We're examining the old records to learn more.
4 ambitions? Never heard of them. How could something I know nothing
How convincing.
be a target of the Dark Brotherhood? It's got to be a mistake. You must question the prisoner. Get him to confess and reveal the truth of this sordid affair.
Where are you holding him?
Governor Keshu locked the prisoner in the holding cell in the courthouse basement. Question the villain and find out why the Dark Brotherhood is trying to wipe out anyone who was part of the Imperial Elder Council. I'll head for Leowin afterward.
You really don't have any idea what the secret of the Longhouse Emperor pertains to.
I wish there was something I could tell you. The letter I received suggested that some old council business was the cause of all this. Why the Dark Brotherhood would be interested in such menial affairs, I'm not sure. I'm completely baffled.
Say it again like you knew. How did you manage to survive the attack and also capture your assassin, by the way? Inquiring minds want to know.
My personal guard is dedicated and well trained. Not to mention lucky. I was nearing the courthouse when the assassins sprang from the shadows. My guards reacted instantly and overpowered the villain. We brought them here, and Keshu locked them away.
Sus a bit, but okay. In your role work with the Elder Council, you never mentioned anything, never heard of anything regarding the ambitions. At all. Period. End sentence.
As I said, I never heard the term. The Longhouse Emperors were enamored of secrets and code words, though. Perhaps I encountered it, but it was called something else. If you think it might be important, ask the assassin when you interrogate him.
How long were you on the Elder Council?
I'm not sure how relevant my ancient history is, but I was appointed to the Elder Council by Emperor Durkarach himself. I helped guide the Empire through most of the reign of the Longhouse Emperors.
And in all that time, you never heard anything about the ambitions.
Sadly, my role in guiding the Empire often put me at odds with the Emperors. I was rarely privy to their secrets. I'm afraid I can't shed any light on that particular mystery.
You mentioned a Governor Keshu?
Keshu the Black Fin. War hero, progressive Argonian, and governor of our fair city of Gideon. I serve as an advisor and bureaucrat. Nothing more. I have deep roots in Gideon, so I try to do my part to keep the government turning.
Good for you. Keshu the Black Fin, I presume.
Why is this the first time I've a threat against the former members of the Elder Council? I should have been alerted to this the moment it came to light. The Chamber of Legates and the Ivory Brigade are usually quicker to share information.
I agree. Counselor Leviticus and Captain Rian sent me to warn Vandacia and to get him to go to the Leowin Castle.
A prudent precaution. Leowin Castle can be better defended than anything we have here in Gideon. Still, without accurate intelligence, my Blackfin Legion is like the Watchmen patrolling at night without a lantern. Enthusiastic, but ineffective.
Blackfin Legion.
The Legion I commanded, both when I was a mercenary and when I fought for the Ebonheart Pact. When I retired, a contingent of my soldiers came with me. Now they protect Gideon from bandits, hostile Argonian tribes, and other threats.
And who are you again exactly?
I am Keshu, called the Blackfen. The people of Gideon elected me as their governor. It is my honor to serve them. Prior to this, I traveled the world as a mercenary and helped establish the Ebonheart Pact. I even fought in the war for a time.
Is it part of the Ebonheart Pact or no?
Not at all. I gave up my commission. I enrolled in advanced Saxleal society. A more inviting and vibrant culture that embraces our past glory while retaining our current outlook on the world. Gideon is the beginning of that experiment.
But obviously Gideon's not very Argonian.
I learned the benefits of an integrated society during my travels. Gideon is open to anyone who wants to live in peace and contribute to my dream. All are welcome here. Someday Gideon will serve as the gateway to Black Marsh.
A gateway, you say?
My dream is that Gideon will one day connect all of the isolated Argonian settlements with a larger world.
Why haven't you questioned the Petra?
In the cell a few moments ago. I was trying to get more details out of Counselor Vondacia when you entered the courthouse.
What can you tell me about them?
Vondacia and his guards brought him in. It was unusual, though. The man was calm, confident, completely at ease. Not a hint of worry or concern, like the rabbit that knows it is faster than the wolf. I suggest you be careful with that one.
Yep.
The cell door is open. What happened here?
Poured something on the lock. Hit me. And escaped.
Some sort of acid ate right through the lock. Look, there's more of it on the floor.
Dripping acid. Sloppy, but it leaves a trail you should be able to follow easily enough.
The prisoner used some sort of acid to disable the lock.
Alright, let's go. Follow the acid. Really? Oh, we know where to go.
He almost knocked me over. How rude.
Exactly there ran into the ruins of the old city.
Twilbeck Ruins. Yes, you just gotta love the whole shebang. Elam. The ruins within Bloodrun Cave were gutted long ago, turned into a charnel pit by the local villages. However, the sanctuary itself remains pristine. The cave's reputation as a place of untold danger clearly persists. This will serve us well. Fighting through the cave itself may take some doing, but the door is located far back within the ruins. It's a long trek. Be warned, if you intend to reopen this sanctuary, you must clear it out. I leave the details to you, and remember death, my brother. That is the key. Matron Star.
You're persistent, I'll give you that. All right, let's chat. Do you make it a habit to read other people's mail? That letter is personal and private, full of sensitive information.
And it talks about opening a Dark Brotherhood sanctuary in Bloodrun Cave.
Well, aren't you a fast reader? If you chased after me because of something Council Van Dacia told you, well, he lied. If the Dark Brotherhood sets out to kill you, you're dead. We don't make mistakes. We don't fail. Not ever.
And we found evidence of your calling card beside 1, 2, 3, 4 murder victims, members of the Elder Council that you killed.
I haven't killed anyone. Not recently, anyway. And if you're talking about our calling card, anyone can dip their palm in black ink and slap it on a sheet of parchment. Look, we received no contracts. I'm here on different business entirely.
Who would want to stitch up the Dark Brotherhood for these murders?
Good question. If you figure it out, let me know. I certainly owe someone for the bruises the Councilor's guards gave me. Now, as much fun as this has been, I really do need to get back to my daring escape. Best of luck with your mystery.
Well, if you really are innocent, come back to the courthouse with me.
Tempting, but no. I detest so-called places of justice.
At least this plops me up around Gideon again. So. Bendacia.
The mercenary from Leowin has returned. Tell me, were you able to capture the assassin? Or perhaps you killed him in battle once you caught up to him? I am eager to hear the news.
Sadly, he got away, but they recovered this letter.
Allow me to peruse the document, if you will. Proof positive that the Dark Brotherhood is in Blackwood. We must find this sanctuary and destroy it.
The Dark Brotherhood agent denied his organization's involvement and said he never attacked you.
Expect. Such lies fall from his lips like rain from the sky on a stormy day. Villains never freely admit their guilt.
Where's the governor and your guards?
Oh, my personal guard are nearby, and these legionnaires are sufficient. You need not be concerned. As for Keshu, she had business to attend to. Giddy.
Alrighty then. Mm-hmm. Alrighty then.
The Dark Elves.
I treat my mouth.
Well, that was interesting. Got rid of Vasha the Wicked. And that name is very familiar because I think that was due from a There we go.
But what if we are wrong? Not even my strength can hold back an entire
brigade. Tanzel Way Shrine. We're heading over here because it's a nice.
The champion has arrived!
There we go, Blood Runway Shrine. Ah, yes. Yeah.
Leave it to an outsider to bring a curse down upon us.
Atoll of Immolation. I think I should probably leave here. Atoll of Immolation. We're gonna leave, yes. Then fast travel to Leowin. And that took 2 hours. It changed because whee.
Dark Brotherhood. They must be driven out of Blackwood.
I still can't figure out why they would be targeting us, Vandacia.
Eliminate the threat first. Then we can seek answers.
All of the remaining counselors in Blackwood are gathered here in the castle. Valeria, Vandacia, and myself. While we await the arrival of the scribe I sent for, tell me what you want to do. I'm not sure I agree with Vandacia's assessment.
Well, there was a letter found, talked about reestablishing a Dark Brotherhood sanctuary in Bloodrun Cave.
Yes, I remember reports of their presence early in Morikar's reign, but they were driven out. The assassins must see this as the perfect opportunity to reclaim their base, but what does that have to do with Leovic's secret and the ambitions?
I'm not sure. And why are they assassinating the counselors?
Vandacia, Valeria, and I were just discussing that. We think Leovic had each of the counselors unknowingly working on a different aspect of the Ambitions project. They each had access to a piece of the puzzle, but no one but Leovic knew everything.
Well, him and the High Priest, supposedly. So someone called upon the Dark Brotherhood to murder the counselors and preserve the secret.
That's our prevailing theory. If the counselors ever came together to compare notes, the truth of the Ambitions would be revealed. To stop that from happening, the Dark Brotherhood was sent to kill my colleagues.
Which is weird because the Dark Brotherhood claimed they hadn't had any contracts recently.
Indeed. Very curious. Still, I'm hesitant to take the word of an admitted killer at face value. Not with so much at stake. Regardless, their very presence still poses a threat to all of Blackwood. The sanctuary cannot be allowed to reopen.
Maybe the coded documents Evelyn and I recovered can tell us more.
Jurix and Sophis' documents contain information written in Imperial code. I sent for the scribe Aragon, but he has yet to arrive. Whatever the truth behind the murders of my fellow counselors, we can't allow the Dark Brotherhood to gain a foothold in Blackwood.
Yay!
You and Evely to go to Bloodrun Cave to ascertain the situation there. Talk to Evely and make your plans.
Why not send the Brigandines to deal with the Dark Brotherhood?
Until we know more, I'm not prepared to engage in an all-out war with the Dark Brotherhood.
Hey, partner! Over here!
I'm off duty. Bother someone else.
Well, we can do this here, but right now I'm thinking maybe time to take a quick stretch break here. Possibly.
Is there something you wanted?
In any case, we'll stop over here and pick up here in a few moments. For those of you on VOD, after these messages, we'll be right back. Alright, we're back, folks. We're going to do a quick bit of scooping to grab on the other characters here. Whoa. And log out here. Swap that out. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Flip through, flip through, flip through. Mm-hmm. Pop that off. Get our way through there. There we go, and then head back here. Go through all 20 mail here. That should get us through a whole lot of shit. And there we go.
All right, you heard Leviticus. Time to get back to work. While the councillors stay safe in Leowin Castle and wait for the scribe to arrive, we need to find out what the Dark Brotherhood is actually up to. Show me that letter you found in Gideon.
Mm-hmm. Orders from a Dark Brotherhood matron. They want to establish a sanctuary in the area.
Yeah, these are definitely orders. It mentions Blood Run Cave. That's northeast of Leowyn, toward the edge of Blackwood territory. Well, as the spinners always say, the best way to find out what's happening in the clearing is to step into it.
It also indicates the entrance to the sanctuary is deep inside the cave.
It does. Nothing has been easy since I found that strange book and started chasing down Leovik's secret. Well, are you still interested in solving the mystery of the ambitions?
Yep, I'll go with you.
Should be safe. So meet me at Blood Run Cave. We need to determine if the Dark Brotherhood is behind the murders or not. Either way, that sanctuary is a threat to Blackwood. I just hope I don't have another one of those waking visions.
Waking visions, you say?
Remember back at Fort Blueblood when we found the murdered servant? I had a vision of a shadowy figure. It was a robed and hooded cultist. Order of the Waking Flame, I think. It was brief and powerful, over in a moment, but the figure felt evil.
And you think they're connected to the book?
What else could it be? The book seems very old and it's written in a language we can't read. Just carrying it around, it feels heavy, oppressive, like a burden I didn't know I had. But Lupus sent me to find it. It must be important.
How so?
I don't know. I'm an archer, not a Daedric scholar or anything.
Are you sure you don't want to keep it carrying around?
The I had was clearly a warning about the cult leader, whoever they are. They're powerful and evil. So, bad dreams or no bad dreams, I think I'll hang on to the book, just in case.
Let's talk to Captain Rian.
The cave is a dangerous place, whether the Dark Brotherhood is present or not. You and Everly should be on your guard at all times. Watch out for each other. I would hate to lose operatives as valuable as you two have been.
Alright. Remind our home game players in the audience and on video on demand what we're dealing with.
Everly brought word of a threat against the former members of the Imperial Elder Council, including Councillor Leviticus. The threat seems to be related to a secret of the Longhouse Emperors. A secret concerning something called the Four Ambitions.
Four ambitions, you say?
We don't actually know. We sent for an Imperial scribe to decipher the coded documents you found, but they have yet to arrive. In the meantime, we've been doing everything we can to protect the Councilors from Dark Brotherhood assassins.
And you believe they're safe enough?
Leviticus, Valeria, and Vandacia are safely ensconced in Leowyn Castle. Unfortunately, we couldn't save Jirik, Sophus, and Eivor. You found the Dark Brotherhood's calling card at every scene, yet the assassin you met claims they killed no one.
I'm assuming you don't believe them, or do you?
Assassins are not the most reliable source of truth. Still, that's part of what we're sending you to their sanctuary to determine.
Alright. Valeria.
I promise to remain in Leowyn Castle and help comb through the records when the scribe arrives.
I'll meet you at Blood Run
Are
Cave.
the legates in danger too? Or just Leviticus and the counselors? And what about Countess Caro?
Blackwood.
When this is all over, Leviticus is going to have much to explain. Why he kept this from the rest of the legates for as long as he did just baffles this one. And now we must stay locked in this castle like common prisoners? Dark moons indeed.
Tell me more about the chamber.
While Countess Caro sits on Leowyn's throne, it is the chamber of Leviticus and August.
Be careful, but do whatever you deem necessary to find the truth of the Dark Brotherhood's presence in Blackwood.
Vandacia.
Truth by all means, mercenary. But do not fall sway to the Dark Brotherhood's lies.
Mm-hmm.
You, over here.
Someone stole my favorite belt.
What is it?
Didn't bring any heat with you, did you?
A delicate touch is useful for many professions.
Endeavors. Mm. Mm.
Hurrade. Denis. Ta.
That should be it for our endeavors here. Mm-hmm.
Well met, and good fortune to you.
I'm gonna do this.
Heart of Mara, a bonus reward. Once more, my good friend, take your pick of a remaining crate.
Alright.
Most fragrant. Will you try again? This could be your lucky day. These gems can be traded for special rewards in the store. A lovely prize. Which crate do you choose? An excellent selection. Wabacat, a bonus reward. Superlative. Pakruti admires your persistence. You must choose a crate to open.
Alrighty then. There we go.
Make your choice. Until next time.
There we go. Set this up here. Now, let's go ahead and... Dilly dilly!
Oh, the clitter-clatter of
Let's go and destruct. And then Bezes.
I sometimes miss the heat. Trade with Khajiit?
Grab those, grab those. Ooh. all of that here. As much as we can. I have need of a zombie. I do. I need a zombie. Well, I know easy made it in this, or say this, but do you believe I'm going to have to actually spend some time here? Might as well, I mean. Oh goody, it's actually a close one. Hmm. That was fun. It's a blood run. Grab that.
Uncertainty, fear, death. The will of Sithis cannot be ignored. You look quite capable. Might I be able?
Boink. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and head in here, I believe. Mm-hmm.
Glad you made it. I wasn't looking forward to going much deeper without you. So this is Blood Run Cave, huh? Creepy. You go on ahead. I'll follow behind you.
How are we supposed to find shit? Alright. There we go. Here we go. Prayer for a shadow scale.
This place is huge! No signs of the Dark Brother. Let's keep going.
Yep, agreed. There we go. To the pip.
That creepy black door.
Mm-hmm.
Could be the entrance to the Dark Brotherhood sanctuary. I doubt it's as simple as turning a knob, because that door doesn't have one. Let me see that letter you found again.
Here you go.
Gutted, untold danger, long trek, clear out. Ah! Here it is. And remember, death, my brother. That's the key.
How so is that the key?
Oh, maybe it's a passphrase?
You hit the nail on the head.
See if that passphrase opens the creepy black door.
Let's do it. Death, my brother! Entering the sanctuary!
Still looking for your murderer? Well, you
See.
found the wrong place, my friends.
Yes.
Found the black hands beside every body.
Must I say it again? You've been duped, and the Dark Brotherhood has been set up to take the blame.
Convenient. Considering your reputation. Well, while I'm here, I might as well go through your books and shit. See if I can find enough lore here to choke a horse. Or at the very least. A small lore master. And then we talk to Elam.
Haven't we had this conversation already? The Dark Brotherhood didn't murder those counselors. I have no quarrel with you, and you none with me. Now turn around and leave before you force me to do something you will definitely regret.
Well, if you didn't kill the counselors, Leowyn wants to know what y'all are doing in the Blackwood.
Leowyn demands, does it? Very well. This sanctuary belongs to the Dark Brotherhood. It has for a very long time. I have been given the joyous task of reopening it. I assure you we're a business. We have no designs on Leowyn or the counselors.
If not the Dark Brotherhood, who's been murdering the counselors?
Obviously some enemy of the counselors who wants to confuse you. Throw some Brotherhood. Keep you chasing after shadows while they accomplish whatever it is they hope to do. Perhaps we can work together to... What?
Look out!
Cultists, portaling in. Quickly, secure the sanctuary.
That's the Order of the Waking Flame. What are they doing here? Come on, we need to figure out what's going on.
Yep, definitely. Just need to do this here quickly. 816 there we go.
This can't be a coincidence. Did the Waking Flame cultists follow us here?
It certainly does seem that way. But that's beside the point. You looked up to no goods. Turn, right? Check and be
The waking flame is definitely trying to occupy this sanctuary. But why?
I don't know.
Fall back! Close the portals! Warn the High Priest!
Oh, I think not. All right. What were we discussing before they so rudely interrupted us?
Yes.
I assume this will satisfy your masters in Leowyn. The Dark Brotherhood is not your enemy. The Order of the Waking Flame invaded our sanctuary and killed my brothers and sisters. I can't let them get away with that.
Why attack the sanctuary?
Seems to me the cultists didn't want you talking to me. Didn't want you to tell you for the 100th time that the Dark Brotherhood didn't kill those counselors. If you ask me, those are your murderers. The Order of the Waking Flame.
They do seem to be after the same thing Evelyn and I are looking for.
Motive. Look, I don't know what that may be, and I don't want to know. But I do want to step through this portal and stick my dagger in their High Priest. Good.
Yep.
You'll see how a Dark Brotherhood assassin deals with unsanctioned targets. And please notice that I won't be dropping any notes or leaflets along the way.
Stay with the assassin. I'll inform Captain Rianne and Councillor Leviticus about the cultists.
Alright. Order of the Waking Flame are the big ones. We should be pretty well good to wrap up here in a moment.
An alien ruin? Not the worst place for a Daedric cult to hide out. Let's look around.
High Priest orders.
Not the only one who leaves important papers lying about. This definitely has a sense of Daedric cultist about it.
Wood Elf Archer has been a problem since Black Drake Villa. She and her friends are getting too close to learning the truth of Leovik's secret, and they continue to interfere with their efforts to gain possession of the Four Ambitions. Putting them on the trail of the Dark Brotherhood worked for a while. We bought ourselves time now to finish this. As your High Priest, I command you to follow them to the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary, recover the cache Leovik hid in the ruins, and kill them all. Assassins and Leowyn mercenaries alike, and once the Wood Elf is dead, see if she still carries the sacred book. I want that tome.
Their High Priest actually ordered them to kill us.
Lord of Bloodshed will rule over all existence.
Save about 2/3 of your problems right there.
cultists crawled back here to die. See if they're carrying anything important. That amulet looks important. Better hang on to that.
And
Approximation of our calling card, but that entire pile is obviously a forgery.
they definitely have it here.
So the Order of the Waking Flame killed your counselors and placed the blame on the Dark Brotherhood. Then their high priest sent his followers to kill us. Care to enlighten me as to what this is actually all about now?
We think the murders has something to do with the secret of the Longhouse Emperors.
All this fuss and bother over an old Imperial secret? Let's review what we learned.
Si, senor.
The High Priest of the Order of the Waking Flame sent cultists to the Sanctuary to eliminate both my Dark Brotherhood assassins and you and the Wood Elf.
And the pile of black handprints are going to be left behind as evidence to stitch up the Brotherhood for the murders, leaving you all unable to respond.
Obviously the cult has someone watching. They knew exactly when to attack, certain we'd all be in the Sanctuary. Plus, they were after some cache hidden there. So who are these cultists? And how well do you trust your masters in Leowyn?
You suggesting that Mary D's got spies in Leowyn Castle through his cult? Mm-hmm.
Suggesting anything. Just following the clues. If the cultists are Dagonists, then their high priest is probably a true fanatic.
Good idea.
Deeper inside this ruin points us to the identity of the cult's high priest. Figure out who they are, and you may learn more about this secret than you ever imagined.
Why are you so interested in this?
For besmirching the good reputation of the Dark Brotherhood, and for ordering the deaths of my brothers and sisters. And because now, I'm curious. It's like an itch that needs to be scratched.
Do you know anything about the cache mentioned in the High Priest's orders?
The orders suggested it was placed in the Sanctuary after we abandoned it the first time.
Uh-huh.
This door looks impressive. Let's see what's on the other side.
To Welka. Lore. Mm-hmm.
Let's see if something deeper in... Over here. Voices.
We failed to kill all the assassins, and the Wood Elf and the mercenary are still alive.
Yes. The High Priest isn't going to be happy about that, but we retrieved the cache hidden in the old sanctuary.
With the contents of the cache, the High Priest should be able to determine where to find the first ambition.
Agreed. And we will soon have the location of another one of the ambitions. As just another Imperial Counselor, the High Priest has them all fooled.
Now that's something new. What do you think? Listening provides the answers we seek. It seems their High Priest is actually one of your counselors.
And it looks like they know where they are.
More about this damn secret. It's cursed. Keep looking. We need to find a pedestal like the one those cultists used. That pedestal looks promising. Let's talk before you try to open a portal.
Let's talk.
This may work. It may not.
What do you suggest?
Like the cultists used their amulet on the pedestal and opened a portal.
Let's go. Portal.
Well, we have a portal. We'll find out if leaping into...
We always do leap in without taking a look first. It's the only way to actually do that shit.
Well, this is interesting. Let's look around.
Zestrix Zansaurus Journal. I've already sent word to the Exalted High Priest. The steward and 3 of the counselors are dead. Only Counselor Athenia eludes us as the counselor is not currently in the province of Blackwood. I have also sent the documents we uncovered from the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. With that information, the High Priest should have no trouble determining the hidden location of the first of the 4 ambitions. Moreover, I have ordered the attack on Leoween Castle. Soon the documents kept by the other counselors will be ours, and the location of all the ambitions will be revealed. Now I must step out and deal with the pests that have entered the ruins. I think we've been followed from the sanctuary. I look forward to showing them the true power that the faithful of the Prince of Disaster can bring to bear when necessary.
We're too late. The location of the ambition was sent to the High Priest. What was that about an attack on Leowyn Castle?
We'll check that momentarily. Yep. Let's check the other one. Preserve the secret. Disastrix Censora. The time of the four ambitions is almost upon us. We must accelerate our efforts, or decades of planning will amount to naught. Emperor Leovic hid the ambitions and was killed before he could inform me of their locations. But he left clues in various hidden caches throughout the Empire. We can also ferret out the portions of the secret that my fellow counselors are aware of before we execute them. And yes, they must die to preserve the secret of the Longhouse Emperors. We will blame the Dark Brotherhood for their murders, thus deflecting suspicion from the Order of the Waking Flame for as long as possible. Besides, I have recently learned that one of Leovic's caches is hidden in their former Blackwood Sanctuary. Send out our best acolytes, kill Steward Farrell Lupus, and counselors Eivor, Valeria, Athenia, Jarek, and Sophis. We may need to murder Leviticus as well. The former chief counselor is too smart for his own good and may realize what is happening and act against us before we can secure the four ambitions. I shall also plan an attack against myself, one that will be foiled but will further implicate the Dark Brotherhood. Remember, do not contact me. I shall contact you. Nothing must reveal my true nature until the appropriate moment. In the name of our Lord of Fire and Blood, High Priest Vandacia! I knew he was a scumbag. We all did.
So, now I know who needs to die for this grave insult to the Dark Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
Sir Vandacia, the High Priest of the Waking Flame. But what do you make of that journal entry about the first ambition and an attack on Leowyn Castle?
They sent whoever they found to Vandacia and apparently ordered the cultists to attack Leowyn.
And now they're sending their forces to kill the rest of the councillors. With the other councillors dead, Vandacia will be the only person who knows the secret of the Longhouse Emperors.
And it's more than that. Leviticus's documents that reveal the location of the remaining ambitions.
He will do everything in his power to get his hands on those documents. I suppose your course is clear.
What are you gonna do?
Stick around and deal with a few more of these Waking Flame cultists.
Could use your help.
Not a soldier.
Fine.
That portal should take you back toward the exit. Or to some terrible plane of oblivion. One or the other.
Well, since we came in through portal, we gotta leave by portal. So... well, we might as well go do this then. To well. Aw, you thought I was going to be afraid of the fire. Yep. If you've ever watched Babylon 5, you know that the biggest question that anything that you can ask is, will you walk through the fire with me? Serves both as a challenge and a proposition. There we go. That should get us nice and well and truly taken care of. Run, 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 boy, run, 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 boy, run.
Get those doors open. We need to get to the counselors.
They're barred from the other side.
Mercenary, you've returned. Everly's attempting to breach the barracks. Go!
Let's talk.
Flame cultists created a distraction.
Are the counselors still alive?
By the time we realized the distraction was nothing more than a ruse, the cultists had locked us out. If the cultists harm Leviticus, Vandacia, and the others, I won't rest until they pay.
Add Vandacia to the list. He's a traitor and a high priest of the Order of the Waking Flame.
Are you certain? Vandacia has served Blackwood and the Empire before that for more than 50 years. We need to get inside. Then we can determine the truth of all this. Find Everly by the barracks and assist her.
Got it. Let's run, 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 boy, run, run, boy, run, run, boy, run.
Steady. Wait for it. Now we can go in. Let's... Oh, you're here.
Perfect.
Oh, thank Ifra you're back. Captain Rian and I, they tricked us, lured us out of the castle. Now the place is locked down and I don't know if any of the counselors are still alive. I've mucked this up real good.
Don't worry, there is no way you could have known. Counselor Vandacia was behind everything. He was the High Priest of the Order of the Waking Flame.
Vandacia? That traitor! He tricked us, lied to us, had his own colleagues murdered, and all to get his hands on a few Daedric weapons? But Lyrinth, the Dremora, she told me that the fate of the world was at stake.
There we go.
To reach the counselors.
Does that door lead into the castle?
Yes, the barracks connect to the rest of the castle. Since I dispatched the cultist guards, we can get to the counselors and the legates this way.
Alright. Let's pop in this way to the castle.
Hurry! We need to reach the counselors! I can't believe Vandacia fooled us, or that he's in charge of these fanatics.
High Priest certainly implies that shit. Another recipe for nut brown.
Vandacia, how could you?
Valeria, with everything at stake, how could I not?
Counselor Valeria! No!
There we go.
Aragon?
There we go.
Get here.
I came as soon as word arrived from Councillor Leviticus. I was with him when the cultist attacked, but we got separated.
We have to find Leviticus. Come with us, brother. We need to stick together.
I knew things were tense, but I didn't think a war would break out the moment I reached the castle. The cultists spilled out of portals like ants erupting from anthills. It was
At least you're all right.
well, I arrived as quickly as I could, but even then I was too late to do more than glance at the coded documents.
Always looting the goddamn cabinets. course, always loot the ship.
What do you think of these acorns?
I knew things were tense, but I didn't think of...
Councillor Valeria. She's dead. We have to keep looking for Leviticus.
Fantasia, you traitor.
I will finish what the Longhouse Emperors started, Leviticus. I will set loose the power of the four ambitions. Lord Dagon, hear your high priest. Send forth a champion to destroy these men.
Kill it!
He's and obeys. Death of a mortal.
Don't worry about me. Deal with that creature. Councilor Leviticus, you're alive. Let me get you out of here and somewhere safe.
Fantasia. The bastard fooled us all.
Thankfully, we figured this out fast. Sadly, the bastard got away, but... we do know that he is a scumbag traitor. Scumbag, too, so yeah.
Now that we're out of immediate danger, I will say it is good to see you again.
Mm-hmm.
I only wish it was under better circumstances. I have good news, however. I deciphered the code in the documents you recovered.
Did it tell you where to find the four ambitions?
I'm not sure. I only translated a small bit of the code before the assault began. It mentioned a vault to protect them, which I assumed to mean the ambitions. It's hidden in the Ogel Bok, but I'm not familiar with the term.
Ogel Bok.
Argonian, perhaps? It sounds like it, but I'm not sure. I haven't reported to Councillor Leviticus yet.
Alright, I'll try to check with him.
I deciphered from the coded document.
Good to see you again.
My friend, thank you for continuing to assist my sister.
Why didn't he try to kill you
I
too?
didn't think I had time to decipher any of the coded passages. I barely had a moment to look at the documents when the portals opened and his cultists burst in.
Can't tempt you to follow along?
Days are long past.
Alright.
Vandacia will pay. I swear it.
Counselor Leviticus.
Vandacia. A high priest of Mehrunes Dagon.
Mm-hmm.
Has he been a Daedric cultist all these years? I failed to see the signs, and now the counselors. They're all dead. Valeria, Sophis, Eivor, and Jirek.
Well, they tricked us all. I only learned the truth after the events of the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary.
Yes, of course. The Sanctuary. I suppose this proves the Dark Brotherhood wasn't involved in the plot to murder us. What else did you uncover while you were away?
Well, aside from being the cult's high priestess, Vandacia wants to know the location of at least one of the ambitions.
It's worse than that. Vandacia wrestled the documents you acquired from the other counselors away from the scribe. Once he translates them, he may know the location of all 4 of the ambitions.
Well, Baragon got a portion of it there. It mentioned an Ojelbach, but he doesn't know the word other than it's Argonian, possibly. Who knows?
Ojelbach? I've heard that term. It's Argonian. I believe it refers to a natural formation deep in the Blackwood Marsh. But Vandacia was more familiar with that region than I know someone who can help us, though.
Who?
If the term leads us to the vault, so be it. All we can do is follow the clues we've been given. Talk to Keshu the Blackfin.
Alright.
Damn. I can't believe Vandacia is a traitor and a cult leader. And he killed Valeria. Almost killed Leviticus.
We should hit Governor Keshu and Gideon.
In the meantime, we saved Counselor Leviticus, cleared the Dark Brotherhood of the murders, and determined Vandacia is the traitor and leader of the cult. You did good, my friend. Here, your share of our compensation.
Alright, let's go.
So, the information from the former counselors points to an Argonian location.
We don't know where it is or how to find it.
Leviticus has heard the term. Says it's a landmark in the Solzan territory. Governor Keshu of Gideon.
Let's
We'll
go.
meet up in Gideon. Just what I've heard about Keshu's progress. What did the spinners say? No, more of an advice. Now that you mention it, after he killed Valeria and grabbed the coded documents, he ran.
Now let's get this jump with here. We'll pop over to Gideon here. Eventually, but it is, of course, time for us to say that y'all have been a wonderful audience, but we will be picking this up, of course, later on tonight, and we'll be doing that at 8 o'clock Central Time. Check the Twitch schedule page to get that in your system's time zone. Upstairs. Where we're gonna want to go.
Vandacia, a cultist. Gideon will help in any way we can.
Thank you,
Counselor Vandacia, a traitor and a Daedric cultist. I can't believe he had us all fooled for so many years. But that's a matter for another time. Evely tells me you have a lead for finding these so-called ambitions.
Partially deciphered document claims the vault is in the Ojelbach. You know where that is?
Counselor Leviticus was right to send you to me. In Argonian, Ojelbach roughly translates as Pit of the Outsider. There is a natural formation to the south that bears the name. Unfortunately, it lies in territory claimed by the Sulzan tribe.
Sulzan. Are they going to be a problem?
The Sulzan are a savage people.
Where is it?
Of stone wastes in the heart of Sulzan territory.
We'll head out at once.
The Pit of the Outsider. It's
How long have you been governor?
Years of fighting, No, Blackwood, no.
You had no idea.
He served the Longhouse Emperors from the day they seized the Ruby Throne, eventually becoming a member of the Elder Council. Only what young Evely was telling me before you arrived. The
What else can you
songs
tell
are
me?
brutal.
more
Forgive me
advice.
if this sounds like bragging. You must. My explorations showed.
Oh, we gotta do all that. Let's go downstairs. And there we go. But yes, for those of you watching this on VOD, I would just like to say, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe and ring the bell to ensure you get all those wonderful little VODs, and then head on over to twitch.tv/Biafra Republic and give a like and a follow there, as well as a bell ring there, so that way you can get up on all the times where we hit live on Twitch. But from yours truly, Biafra Republic, I just gotta say, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you all next time with more content. You've made it this far, and you still haven't hit that like and subscribe button. Get on it already. Later.